Hello, YouTube. Welcome to episode 1 of the WattsCast. This is my little rendition of a podcast where we're going to talk about everything black and gold, Steelers, maybe a little bit of basketball when basketball season comes around, and just different things that I'm kind of into. But this is going to be episode 1, and for the foreseeable future, this is all going to be about the Steelers. Just to give you a little background, of course, my name is Watts. I'm from a small town in Ohio, about an hour away from Pittsburgh. And I've always been a big Steelers fan. I grew up a Steelers fan. My dad's a Steelers fan. My grandpa was a Steelers fan. We're a Steelers family. And you live and die with each game. One of the people where we win, it's a great Sunday. If we lose, the Sunday stinks. That's just how it is. I came up through early 2000s Steelers into the championship Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger 05 and the 08, then again back into 11, although we did lose that one. And then we've been on a bit of a rough patch since then, although I think it has some context to it. At the end of the day, we haven't won, and that's why we lace them up each year, because we're trying to win that Lombardi. So in this year's team, I honestly feel like it's special. I know it's not complete. I know we have some areas of weakness that we'll talk about, but I honestly do have I feel better this year opposed to some previous years, even though after our blazing start to the preseason last year, I was kind of drinking the Kool-Aid last year. But anyway, so the reason why I wanted to start this podcast, number one, I'm a big Steelers fan. I watch YouTube videos all the time while I'm at work, whether I'm here streaming. I watch a lot of Steelers YouTube content. I consume a lot of Steelers content, and a couple of my buddies took notice of that, and they're like, "Hey man, you should do your own version of that." I'm like, "Man, I don't think I'd be very good at that, or you don't know how I would do it." But the more I thought about it, I was like, you know what? If I take some notes and different things, I could do it. You know how it goes. But I decided to go ahead and do it. We're gonna give it all, and we try to have some fun with it. All right, so the first thing we got to talk about, as I'm recording this, it is Friday evening, 21st. Or no, I lied. I'm sorry. It's Saturday evening, the 21st. Game's tomorrow. So big news coming out of Steelers today is Troy Fautanu. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Fortunately, big guy is he got hurt in practice today. He had an MRI. I haven't seen what the results of the MRI are, but unfortunately he's been placed on IR, so you can't be too good. So fortunately we're going to be missing the big fella for at least the next 4 weeks, and in that time that he's gone, we got to go back to Broderick. So I'm still high on Broderick. I like Broderick. I feel like he's kind of had a bit of an unfair hand. It's NFL, it's big boy league, everybody's adults. There's no such thing as fair. But you think about this man got drafted to play left tackle. He was sitting behind Dan Moore, which at that time, especially last year, we all wanted Dan Moore to move to the bench. Nothing personal, it's just we saw what was happening on the field. So he was set to sit the whole year. And then I'm not sure exactly what Chuks Okorafor said, but whatever he said, it messed up his opportunity in Pittsburgh. He gets benched. Broderick starts taking the start at the right tackle. And credit to him, it's not easy to play the exact opposite side of the line. Everything's flipped backwards. Everything your muscle memory and your brain has been trained to do is backwards. So I honestly give him a lot of credit for taking on that challenge. And last year, he played I don't want to say he played very well, but he was very serviceable. It wasn't like a glaring issue. So he's going to step back in. I know this last Sunday, it wasn't his best go around. He gets benched. He gets put into a rotation at right tackle, which I still feel is really weird, but you're not going to go against Mike Tomlin, the GOAT. If you wanted to rotate him, at the end of the day, you get to see reps from both guys in a real game. So unfortunately, he had probably one of the worst stretches you'll see in a single drive. I think he had 2 holding calls. He also had a false start, and we know one of those holding calls unfortunately erased. I think it was like a 51 pass from Justin Fields to George Pickens, where he throws his ball on the run on a laser straight to him. When you see it from the back angle, pause, and you see him throw that ball, and he's going this way, and that ball goes straight straight to George Pickens. It is crazy. This guy's got some arm talent. So I think as long as Broderick keeps his hands to some, man, some of those calls are real tacky. Like the calls that they called on him, if they called those on T.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith, where people grab him around the neck and have them all up under the arm and stuff, man, teams would be starting at 1st and 20, 1st and 30, 1st and 40 every single series. I'm sorry. But no excuses. He's got to clean it up, which I think he will. He's going to see some significant time after this or with this injury. So I expect him to play well. I heard that he's got the brace off the elbow, which you could see the man. You see what he did in his rookie year compared to what's been on tape so far this year. In his second year, you can tell he wasn't right. He's playing through. He's tough. And sometimes when you play through injuries, as Cam Hayward last year, you play through injuries, you're doing everything you can for your team. If you don't look real good, people are going to say something. It just is what it is. So I really hope that he can bounce back and have a strong performance because I still really like Broderick Jones, and I still think he's our tackle of the future. Now, the team that we're playing, the Chargers, Harbaugh's Chargers, not Harbaugh from Baltimore, the other Harbaugh, Michigan Harbaugh, 49ers Harbaugh, that guy. I'm not going to lie, he's pretty tough. I like him. I don't have a bad thing to say about him other than maybe he cheats. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, this Chargers team, man, we're used to the Chargers slinging the ball down the field, going for big numbers. Keenan Allen, they're not there no more, man. Now they have two of our nemesises from Baltimore, really three. They got J.K. Dobbins, and they got Gus Edwards, and they also have the Ravens coordinator. I think that's the offensive coordinator. I'm pretty sure they have the Ravens offense coordinator. So this team that we're going to see in the Chargers is not the same Chargers of old. They're very similar to what we do. They want to run the ball, and they play very good defense. It's crazy. We've been playing lights out defense. I think we lead the league in interceptions. We got to be up there in sacks. And I think per yards, we have the second rated defense. We've only let up 1 touchdown in 2 games. I think Boz has more points than the Giants or some crazy stat I saw like that. Our defense is playing lights out, and we're number 2. The team that's number 1 is the Chargers, which is crazy in my brain. I'm not saying they stink, but it's just crazy to think of the Chargers in this way compared to what they've been throughout pretty much the entire Justin Herbert era. So with us having this young line, Broderick's going back to right, Zach Frazier, who's a beast, but he's still a rookie. He's playing center. What's the dude? Is it Spencer Anderson is our left guard while Sayamalu's getting healthy? It's going to be a bit rough because, like I said, they got the number 1 defense. Derwin James in the back. Asante Samuel Jr. I think he plays inside corner. I don't think he plays on the outside. But then they got Joey Bosa. And they got Khalil Mack, bro. Khalil Mack has been dominating the league for, 10, 12 years. I don't know how he's still doing it. But you got Joey Bosa coming off the edge. He might be paired up with Broderick. He might be paired up with Dan Moore. I don't know. And then you got Khalil Mack possibly rushing up the middle. It's not going to be easy. And the Steelers, we like to run the ball too. Hopefully we can get some creases. Najee's been doing a great job. But Najee's a slugger, man. Najee gets better as the game goes on. You're not going to see a lot of explosive plays from Najee. Not that he's not capable. He just doesn't have that top end speed to run away from people. He wants to run through you. He wants to stiff arm you. He wants to laugh in your face. He wants to point at you. I love Najee Harris's attitude and his demeanor when it comes to playing football. He's mean and he's nasty. But Jaylen Warren has been slowly working his way back. He's been working his way back. He had the hamstring injury, barely played in week 1. Last week he played a little bit more, and you could see when he gets the ball, he goes. You're not saying Najee doesn't, but Jaylen Warren's got some real speed where he can run away from people. I'm excited to see him. I think we're going to get more of a balanced attack of Najee and Jaylen this game. I think it's going to be closer to 60-40. Favor Najee more so than it was like 80-20 and then 70-30 these last couple weeks. I think we're going to see a lot more Jaylen, which not only unlocks some running plays for us, some stretches, some outside runs, not so much always having to run right up the middle, but also Jaylen Warren is big in the passing game where you just dump it off to him or run screens to him. He is a very good lock for 25 yards receiving if you're a gambler like myself. But anyway, I think our running game is going to be vital. but it's going to be tough. So we're really going to have to come to play. We got to get out to a good start. Our team is built to play with the lead and to sit on the lead. So we've done that the last couple weeks. Let's keep it going. All right. So that brings me to the man under center, Justin Fields. Man, I like Justin Fields. I really like Justin Fields. So when everything was going on last year with Kenny, trying to decide on this guy for the future, which we unfortunately know we weren't. I was a big Kenny guy, don't get me wrong. It took me a long time to realize, like, hey, maybe it wasn't until Rudolph came in and just looked like so much better of a quarterback that I realized with Kenny, it may not be in the cards for him. But be that as it may, I still like Kenny. Shout out Kenny. Justin Fields was rumored to come to the Steelers long before it happened, even before we got Russ. And my thing with Justin was, I was that he was reckless. I was scared he was going to be reckless. I know with a veteran quarterback or more of a pocket quarterback, you make read 1, 2, 3, stay in the pocket, deliver the ball, don't scramble out. You don't need to, of course. I know it's easier said than done. I'm not a quarterback. But it's tough. It's one of the hardest positions in sports is playing quarterback. So I was just nervous about him having to handle all of that right away. I thought we'd be better off with somebody like Russ or whoever that was more of a traditional pocket quarterback. If you can run in different things, that's great. It makes you more mobile, makes it harder to sack you, gives you some escapability. When I play Madden, I like to have a quarterback that can run. I get it. But main thing is you got to be able to throw that ball. And I was worried just to be able to do that. And even when he was in camp, there was a lot of questions on, hey, we don't know if Justin's ready. This might just be who he is, how he reads the progressions, how he reads the defense, how he goes through his reads. We were saying that might just be what he is. Still fantastic, but he just may not have that ceiling, may not be as high as what they originally thought. But I tell you what, man, watching Justin through 2 weeks, the first week, I thought he played great. I was still a little I was like, I would like to see Russ against Denver for nothing else but the fireworks, man. They paid you $48 million to go away. I know you want to go back there and beat that team. So I did want to see Russ play against the Broncos, but we know that didn't happen. I honestly think that his calf injury is worse than they're mentioning. I think he's still probably have to play if need be. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to put him in there. He actually gets hurt. Now he's gone. And now not only is he gone, you bench Justin basically for no reason. Now he's got to try to come back and catch that lightning in a bottle all over again after you basically told him, good enough for him to go with Russ. And Russ ain't going to be there at all. So that was one big fear of mine. We know that didn't happen. Is still rehabbing, and Justin, that's been our guy. And I tell you what, that game against the Broncos, man, Justin Fields looked so good. He really did. He was making all the right plays. He was moving when he had to. He was delivering the ball. He's delivering on time. And his only, I don't want to say his only receiver, but George Pickens, man, was getting guarded by Patrick Surtain, one of the best, and he still played well, man. It's tough, and delivered a couple good balls to Van Jefferson. The dude held his arm. He tried to catch it one-handed. That was a laser he put on Van Jefferson. He threw a pretty good one to Calvin Austin. He's just really small. So, collision, it didn't look good. I'm glad he's okay. But basically my point is he's putting the ball where it needs to be. As long as he keeps making his reads, Arthur Smith has been doing a good job of scheming up some things for him. There's like a definite read where this should be open. This is where I want you to look first. You don't have to make too many reads. They keep that going. I have the utmost confidence in Justin Fields. I think he's been playing great. And I'm a fan. I don't know when or if we're going to actually see Russ this season, but I'm very happy with what I've seen from Justin Fields compared to who I thought he was coming into the season. I'm very happy with him. I like him a lot. And just a couple last things before we get out of here. So Roman Wilson, the Steelers rookie, I think we took him. Well, did we have 2 third-round picks? So we got him and Patrick, or did we get Peyton Wilson in the 4th? I don't know. But Roman Wilson, our receiver, we drafted out of Michigan. He has been removed from the injury report. It's not on there at all. So that usually means they're going to play. I'd actually see Roman Wilson suited up. It's been so long since I've seen him practice. I don't even remember what number Roman Wilson wears. Is it 10? I really don't know. I'm excited to see him. He's a bit smaller as far as his frame. I think he's like 10. He's not a real big, 6'4" receiver, but the dude is fast. He can really move. So can Calvin Austin. So it just kind of gives another dynamic weapon. He's shifty. He's low to the ground, low center of gravity. He can get in and out of his breaks. Like Roman Wilson, I really do. So, we need help at receiver. I don't know how Arthur Smith is planning to scheme him in or if he's even going to play this game. But I'm all for it. I would love to see him on the field. I was excited about him when we took him in the draft, and it would be great to see what he can do on the field. And also give Fields another weapon. And you can create separation. You've got small receivers. Johnson was just here. He's not that big. So Antonio Brown, we'll go into that rabbit hole. I love AB, but these are smaller, shiftier dudes. Granted, they're both. I'm not saying Roman Wilson is either one of these people, especially not AB. But everybody got to start somewhere, man. So this build, if he can get separation and even be a home run third over the top, man, give Justin Fields another option, somebody who's open and he doesn't have to throw them open, is only going to help our team be better. It can help us, line the scrimmage. It can help us move the chains, and ultimately it can help us win games. So I'm excited to see him come back, and hopefully, if not this game, hopefully very, very soon we're going to be able to see him get more reps in this offense and ball and make some plays for us as well. All right, and lastly, we're going to go and do a score prediction, which see my FanDuel history. This isn't my strong suit, any means. Sorry, that's my notes I took there. I don't know, man. A lot of Steelers people that listen to are taking the Chargers, man, which is crazy. Not saying it's crazy, they're a great team. But Herbert being hurt, man, and he can't move around that good. We got TJ and Alex Highsmith coming off the edges. We saw week 1 with Kirk Cousins where he couldn't move that much. They tried to improvise with doing a lot of shotgun, some pistol, different things like that. I think we got a great shot to win this game. I feel very confident. I think our defense is for real. I think Justin Fields is playing exceptional football even without, stats to really back him up. I think we win this game. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I'm going to bet on it. I'm going to bet tomorrow. That's no question. And I'm taking the Steelers on the money line. I also think I want to take Najee for 40 yards. I think I want to take J.K. Dobbs for 50 yards. I think I want to take Pickens for yards. I would say Pickens through the air 50. I would like to take Justin Fields for 40 on the ground. I'm going with the Steelers. I'm never betting against the Steelers. I just won't bet. But in all situation, in all seriousness, I do think the Steelers are going to win. As far as the score, 2 games we've only scored 1 touchdown. So say we'll score a touchdown this game. I don't know. I think saying we're going to score 2 touchdowns might be a little generous, but maybe we get 1 touchdown. Maybe Najee gets his first touchdown. Maybe Pickens gets his first touchdown since the last one got wiped away. 4 field goals. So what's that? 19? Can I do math? 4 field goals is 12 points, and they have 7, so 19 points for us. And then the Chargers, let's give them, I want to say with the Chargers, I'll say they score either 2 touchdowns or maybe a touchdown and 2 field goals. So I would say it's going to be Steelers 19-14 or Steelers, 13, one or the other. But that's my guess. That's where I think it is. Like I said, I'm very bad at prediction, so we'll see how that holds up. But that's all I got for you guys today. If you have stayed to the end of the video, thank you. I appreciate it. It's my first try. I'm going to get better with this. But this was fun. I didn't think I'd be able to get on here and just kind of the camera like this, but this wasn't bad. So I think I might actually get back on here tomorrow. I'll put out another video after the game, give you kind of a reaction. Maybe I'll do a raw reaction right after the game, and then maybe I'll come back later in the evening after I've had time to settle down, or Monday, and kind of go over what I thought about the game. I'll take some notes during the game, and hopefully I'm off of work before the game starts so I can sit down and watch and be comfortable, get a couple shots, a couple L-skis in me, and Steelers time. So I do want to thank you guys again for your time. I did enjoy this video. Please like the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. You want to build up our subs over here. And this was episode 1 of the WattsCast. I know that name's corny, but I like it. I think I'm going to keep it. But the WattsCast is in the book. I appreciate you guys. And here we go, Steelers. Catch you later.